One of the things I find is that a lot of institutions feel that the performance of music should be the priority, that a student must have a connection to understanding music theoretically at a specific level, and then move from there to the understanding of how to manage this this aspect of performance. However, the performance aspect, though important, is not a priority as it relates to a manager. The manager, the leader, must understand the resources that are available to him or her so that they can then use those resources as tools to accomplish some goal or objective. And therefore, the student does not need to be a accomplished guitar player, saxophone player, or trumpet player in order to manage the resources that's connected to the recording and or music industry. However, they do have to have a basic understanding of the language of music so that they can use music as a tool for communication. And I think this is the approach that we need to start looking at as we look at academia and we look at how we can involve the student. And again, I'm thinking of the student from a managerial perspective more so than from a performance perspective. How can we engage that managerial student who wants to be involved in the music industry to understand the music industry and be able to function in it at a significant level without having a background in the theory at a specific level of music? But right now we feel that music is the essence of what the industry is, and therefore the student must have a strong foundation in music theory, in sight singing, in orchestration perhaps, or harmony and ear training. How does a chord work? I agree. The more a student has the facility to execute at music from that perspective, the more competitive, of course, he or she will be. However, it is not necessary. It is only how much of this information they have as it relates to harmony and theory. Students need to understand music, and they need to look at music as a tool to accomplish some goal that they're going to be associated with in the music industry. That does not mean that a student must be proficient on an instrument in order to be able to use music as a tool to accomplish a goal as a manager. And we need to look at the curriculums that we have and apply that mindset so that a student can take that route if they feel it necessary, and then or take a different route if they feel that that's necessary. Those two routes do not have to be in sync with one another. So basically, a student does not need to perform on an instrument to be a successful manager in the music industry. Of course, that would make that student more competitive as it relates to opportunities in the music industry, because you go into a studio environment, and if you're able to play the piano, then of course you're going to be able to provide more production directions to a singer because you can play the piano. However, a good manager is going to bring with him a great piano player that's going to help him to meet whatever objective he may have with that singer. So there are ways that a good manager would be able to accomplish the same goals as someone who does play piano.